In a world full of noise, productive speech becomes almost a superpower. The ability to communicate with clarity, purpose, and articulation builds trust and efficiency. Every word you say, whether that be in a business meeting, leading a team, creating content, or even just explaining concepts to yourself, either saves time or wastes it. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you the framework in this applied productivity episode on speaking to make sure that you speak clearer, more compendious, and therefore more productively, saving you time and streamlining your conversations, giving you this edge of productivity. Hello, I'm Dylan, I'm 18 and I coach unproductive people to turn productive once and for all, as I personally spent 5,000 hours or 210 days straight wasting any time I had on Call of Duty and other such video games. I had aspiration for business, for progressing in education, for improving myself via personal development, but I couldn't see it to actuality because I wasn't productive. However, now I efficiently and effectively breeze through the work I need to get done for my business, for my education, for my personal development goals, and I'm helping you do the same with this applied productivity series. In this series on my YouTube channel, we'll be covering everyday skills that maybe you don't even think about improving, and I'll be giving you tips and actionable techniques to improve the efficiency and therefore productivity of these skills that sometimes you don't even think about improving. And speech is important. The way you come across, whether it be compendious, confident, or lacking in those areas, is going to be crucial to the success you get and to the results you receive. So if you can speak more articulately and efficiently, then you will improve your life, bring success to you faster because you're actually speaking productively. Let's get into it. There's a 3-step actionable formula of how we can speak productively, and it covers preparation, the structure before the sound, clarity, you say it once and you make it land, and delivery, which is energy is a productive multiplier. So preparation, the structure before the sound, what you think about, write down and plan before you speak is crucial to how effectively you come across. And whether it be content creation, a business meeting, or just an important conversation with a friend, you need a bullet-pointed list of what you want to say. Just 3 to 5 short bullet points as a probe for you to look upon, as I have to my side here as I record this video. Really important for you to get your points across sufficiently effectively, because not only do you not forget what you're supposed to say, and you don't forget any points that you're going to add to the video or to the conversation, you can also anchor yourself to the situation. You can anchor yourself to the recording, to the business meeting, etc., and stay on track in the flow, allowing you to get through it smoother and more effectively, making it more productive overall. You should also use this 3-point mental framework, in which is what, why, how. What is the point you overall want to land? And whether it be this business opportunity for the client, the discount you want to add, or the counter to the objection they sent you in an email, what is the point of the conversation of recording the video? In this case, it's helping you speak more productively and efficiently. Why do you need to do this? What is the purpose behind the conversation? Whether it be landing the client, helping you help yourself, you need to understand why you're saying it, because that's going to depict what tone you take, what speed you speak, and the overall model of language you use in the conversation you have. And how are you going to make it work? Again, are you going to speak fast, slow, etc.? And you think about the tonality you have, how you're going to come across, and how you're going to land this point efficiently and effectively to make sure the process is smooth and you get your point across in a comprehensive manner, making it more productive. Step 2 in this 3-step formula to speaking productively is clarity. You say it once and you make it land. So imagine 2 conversations. One is 30 minutes long and one is 10 minutes long. They both land the same points and make the same points available for the person they're conversing with. Who has had a more productive conversation? And of course, it's the latter guy, the person who spent 1/3 of the time and got the exact same results. So how can we improve the clarity to say it once and make it stick and land? And it's to speak 10% slower. Just giving the person that 10% extra time to listen and let the point sink in is going to make you sound more confident, compendious, and compelling in your speech, because you've given them time to comprehend what you just said. If I speak super fast and I talk about this productivity strategy, blah, 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 you can't and you won't have time to let it sink in and understand the concept that I'm actually putting forth to you. So speak 10% slower. It's such a simple concept, but if you speak 1/10 slower than you usually do, you're going to have an advantage over the competition. You're going to speak 10 times more productively because people will actually understand what you're saying, and you won't have to constantly go back analogies, metaphors to help them understand, because you've given it time for their brain to tick over and understand what you're actually saying and what the core concept of the conversation is actually about. Just before we get into the final step of this formula to speaking more productively, I actually have made a full playbook of all the Apply Productivity series. I'm going to be covering the gym, business, speaking, and other areas of life that you can improve the productivity and efficiency of, making your life more streamlined and bringing success to you faster. If you want access to this full detailed playbook and protocol of how you can implement actionable steps to make your life more efficient, then the top link will take you there, and I'm sure you'll find it valuable. And finally, you have the delivery phase of this 3-step formula. The final step is the most important step of this formula. The energy you add to a conversation is a productivity multiplier. You limit the amount of resistance to the concept you're trying to put forth, whether it be a business meeting, and you say the point so clearly, so emotively, and so energetically that it lands without resistance, friction, and people opposing to the thing you've just said, based purely on your productive speech. So how can we add this energy, this productivity multiplier to the way we speak? And it's simply intentional pauses. If you deliver something important, you purposely wait for 1 to 2 seconds. If I give you the actionable step, the key piece of information in the video, and I pause, again, you're giving them time to mull it over, to think it over, to allow it to sink in, but you're also creating that authority. You're not scared of the silence. You embrace the silence, and you add this energy, this emotivism to the way you're speaking, just with a 1 to 2 second pause. You say something truly powerful, important, and key to the conversation, and then you pause. You let it sink in, and then you move on to the conversation after. It's so important that you allow the message to land, allow the listener to mull it over, to implement it into their brain and comprehend the concept, and then you go back into the conversation. You say the second point, the second important thing lands, and then you pause 1 2 seconds and go back again and again. And this builds a rise and fall pattern in the conversation and keeps them hooked listening to you, making it productive. Limiting the interruptions, limiting the amount of time you have to wait for the other person who's just interjected your conversation. And this is productive speech. I hope you found this video valuable. I hope you implement the 3-step formula in this Applied Productivity series episode on speaking productively. And again, if you want to check out the further detailed protocol on Applied Productivity, then the top link will take you there. I appreciate you for watching.